Hello and welcome to another episode in the Delta Conveyance Quick Question video series, where we answer questions about the Delta Conveyance project, often referred to as the Delta Tunnel. In this episode, we take a closer look at how a key feature of the project will help to ensure the resilience of California's primary water supply. It is sometimes referred to as dual conveyance, which means having two separate water diversion facilities in the Delta that work in tandem to move water into the state's aqueducts. Today we're here at the Banks pumping plant, which has been lifting water from the South Delta into the California aqueduct for over 50 years. Which brings us to today's quick question. With this pumping plant still fully operational, why do we need to add additional water export facilities in the North Delta? What makes two facilities better than one? It's a question that's often asked, and the answer goes to the heart of how the Delta Conveyance project would address the vulnerabilities of the present system. Here at the Banks pumping plant, we're about 50 miles due east from the Golden Gate Bridge and the Pacific Ocean. Standing here, it may be hard to imagine that salty water from the ocean could be a problem this far inland. But in fact, salinity intrusion this far into the Delta is a very real possibility. And if it were to occur, the impacts on the state water system would be devastating. The supply of fresh water moving through Delta waterways depends on a well-maintained system of levees. When levees fail, water rushes into the islands, pulling that salt water from the bay deeper into the Delta. If numerous levees were to fail simultaneously, the resulting high salinity levels could require shutting down these pumps that supply water to millions of people and hundreds of thousands of acres of agricultural lands. One way this could happen is from a major earthquake along any of the numerous seismic fault lines in the area. Seismologists are constantly reminding us that it's a question of when, not if, such an event will occur. Sea level rise is another concern. Here on the West Coast, as much as a foot of sea level rise is expected by the year 2050, which will make keeping the salt water at bay an even greater challenge. Additional intakes located further upstream and away from the ocean water in the bay would reduce the impacts of a shutdown of the South Delta pumps due to saltwater intrusion into the Delta. Another significant benefit of this dual conveyance system has to do with the state and the federal regulations, which govern the operations of the State Water Project. These regulations play an important role in protecting fish, wildlife, and water quality. By adding new points of diversion, water managers would have the flexibility to move this water when it's available, from the South Delta or from the North Delta, depending on the regulations in effect at any given point in time. In the heart of the system at the Banks pumping plant, the pumps will continue to serve their purpose for many years to come. And the new Delta Conveyance facilities in the North Delta will help ensure an uninterrupted supply of clean water no matter what happens elsewhere in the Delta. To learn more about the Delta Conveyance project, visit DWR online at water.ca.gov/Delta Conveyance. Thanks for watching.